Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big On Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I am here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of attitude. Do you have a good attitude? Are you told to get a new attitude? Did you know that having a good attitude can dramatically change your life and improve your happiness and improve your performance? Having a good attitude, I think it's overlooked. I think that we need to focus on other things in our lives, and then we don't place any effort into having a good attitude. So when you have a good attitude, you're seeing things in a positive manner opposed to a negative manner. Have a good attitude is when you recognize that just certain things are beyond your control. So when you have a good attitude, you are replacing negativity with something that's positive, or neutralizing your mindset. So when you see something's wrong and you get grumpy about it, then that's a negative attitude. So when you have a positive attitude, you're like, hey, you know what? That's not ideal, but it's beyond my control, so I'm going to let it go. That's a good attitude. So having a good attitude will help other people that are around you. Having a good attitude towards life, towards people, towards situations, and even towards problems are great. Having a good attitude doesn't mean that you don't speak your truth, and it doesn't mean that you ignore negative behaviors or things that are happening that need to be addressed. But it's having that attitude of, it's kind of like love. Having a good attitude is where you're not going to allow certain negative things to affect you. So you could love on other people that are around you and even love on yourself by having that sense of reflection of a good attitude. So when we see something negative that's happening and we don't like it, it would behoove us to address it. Should it be our business? Sometimes it's not our business. So if it's not your business, zip your zippy, right? That's a good attitude. Minding your own business, recognizing that, hey, things aren't ideal. Things aren't always going to go your way. But be thinking, hey, I can't do anything about that. That's beyond my control. So I'm going to acknowledge it. Doesn't mean I need to say something about it. And then I'm going to go on my merry little way. That's a good attitude. So when you have a good attitude, it's how your perception is of a particular situation. A good attitude recognize, I can do something about this now. I can do this, and I'm going to be part of the solution. So sometimes things arrive and they're the wrong item. Sometimes things are ordered at a restaurant and they come differently. Having a good attitude and recognizing that you need to remain positive, that's what it's all about. Bad things happen to good people constantly, but how are you dealing with it? Are you recognizing that maybe you need an attitude adjustment? Make that modification in your life. Make that change. Always speak your truth, but it doesn't mean that you need to be grumpy doing it, or angry, or bitter, or resentful. But be a part of the solution. If you need to bring something to somebody's attention, then it could look like, hey, you know what? I just wanted to bring this to your attention about this certain thing that happened. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but here's this information. Okay. Right? That's what a good attitude looks like. You don't always need to be the person coming forth and to point out certain things. Hey, ooh, ooh, I see this over there. Ooh, ooh, I see this over there. Sometimes it's none of your business. Keep going. But sometimes we are putting things under the rug. We're pretending we don't see it. We're ignoring it, hoping that the problem will go away. But that's actually a bad attitude too. When you could do something about it and you could be part of a solution and implementing change, and then you ignore it and pretend that it doesn't exist so that you don't have to be the one that's dealing with it, that's negative. Be a part of the solution. Always be thinking, is this going to work to my highest good? How can I assist other people? If it doesn't affect you in an adverse way, go ahead. Offer some suggestions, or maybe offer some help, or bring it to somebody's attention. You know, not everybody has eyes in the back of their head. Not everybody knows what's happening. Sometimes it's like, oh man, thank you so much for letting me know. That's a good attitude, because that's coming a place of love, where you're wanting a situation to be better and you're offering suggestions or maybe just information. Here's some information, you do what you want with it. But just wanted to bring it to your attention. Ooh, thank you. And then you just keep going. But having that good attitude and keeping yourself in check, keep yourself in check. What does that attitude look like to other people? Are you being helpful? Are you being grumpy? Do people leave your environment thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I was around that person? I feel so much better about myself. Or that person really helped me out and things were tough and that person helped me. That's a good attitude, right? So when people leave your presence, you're like, oh my God, that person, ooh, that's a bad attitude. And it's also a bad attitude to even be thinking that, because sometimes you have to look at somebody and go, oi, 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 they drive me nuts. That person drives me nuts. Okay? Sometimes that happens. So recognize it earlier than later. So if that person actually is affecting your love tank, your joy tank, and you're getting depleted by your natural resources, then remove yourself from that environment quickly. Go fast. Do it quickly. Get out of there. Move, move, move. Get out, get out, get out, get out. So that you can remain in a place with a great attitude, right? That's what we want. The world goes around and around and around. So be a part of the solution. Be that one person that has had, oh crap happen to them, but they choose to see things in a positive way. Good attitude. People want to be around people that make them feel better, because everybody has stuff that's happening negative to them. Everybody has things. Nobody's exempt from this. So when you're around somebody and they're a downer, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Remove yourself. Recognize that, because you don't want to deplete your mindset or reduce your level of energy to where your attitude is modified and changed for the worse. You want to be better because of who's in your environment. So if you find yourself that people are like, whew, your energy is plummeting and going down, and then now you're not making good decisions, or you're perceived as negative, or you're just trying to escape from life, that's not good. Recognize that you need to be part of the solution, but first, you need to be the solution for yourself. So having that good attitude and realize, you know what? You know what happens to you doesn't mean that what happens in you should also match it. So you can't help what's going to happen to you. You can't help it a lot. But when you're around somebody that constantly has a bad attitude and then you continue to be present in that, it's kind of like the bad apple spoils the bunch. Then that is what you're going to take on. So removing yourself from that situation to where your energy levels can be higher, and then you can have that good attitude. So So if you are one of the people that possibly has says negative stuff about somebody else or about situations or about negative things that maybe you see on TV or hear on the radio, and you're partaking in that, then you, my friend, have a negative attitude. So having a negative attitude will affect other people. Be a part of the solution. Do what you can. If you don't like what you see in any type of an arena, implement the change that is available to you. If you are unable to implement that change and to be that shining light and to be that ray of hope or that sunshine, then remove yourself from it and take your resources that are being utilized in a negative way and take it over here to where it's going to be in a positive way, right? So know that and recognize that. If you feel just getting beat up all the time everywhere you go and then you stay in there, why? You like abuse? Don't be a part of it. If grumpy things are happening, get out of there. Don't be a part of that, because it's going to affect you and you're going to be less effective in the wonderful things that are for you. So we always want to remember that we want to have a good attitude because it's going to help change our lives. It's that puzzle piece. It's that puzzle piece to life. And it's how our self-perception is. So we want to keep that very healthy and nurturing for us. And then for the other people that are around us, whether it's in our personal life or in our work environments, we want to be that positive person with a good attitude. So keep yourself in check. So if you say something grumpy about somebody, stop yourself, bite your tongue, make that modification of question. You know what? I didn't really mean to say that. That slipped out. Should have kept that little thought to myself. Or, woo. Did I say that out loud? Make that change, make that modification, okay? So that's going to help you to have a good attitude towards yourself first, and then for other people, and then, of course, in our work environment as well. Having a good attitude helps with everything. Again, you can't help what happens to you, but you can help what happens in you. So be that person, be that ray of hope, be that sunshine, be that shining star, be that. Have it be in your attitude. Realize what you have control over. Realize what you don't have control over. Accept what you cannot change. But if something's grumpy around you and you're in the middle of that and it's not what you want and what you envision for your life, remove yourself. Step back. Remove yourself. Do never allow your attitude to be modified because of somebody else's negativity. That's when the line gets crossed. That's when you need to back up. Nobody's perfect all the time, but it should be our goals to strive forward to that, to do what is right, to have the best life. And nothing gets resolved from grumpiness. If two people are in a dispute and one person's like, rawr, and has a bad attitude and is saying grumpy things, do you think that that person's going to go, oh, okay? No! Their opinions and how they perceive things in life is going to stay that way. So you need to recognize when to back away. Well, I'm Coach Susan with Big on Results Coaching, and I want you to have an amazing life, which involves a good attitude. If you need help with maybe creating a plan or maybe some accountability, please reach out to me. I'd love to assist you. I'm going to attach a song to this, and I hope that you'll find its value. Until next Monday.